Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we have Josh Vine back again. And what did you do today?
I got top 32 at YCS Sydney.
Yeah, that just concluded. How do you feel? Finally, your first top.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm really tired, so I think I'll feel better about it tomorrow.
Yeah, hasn't sunk in yet, has it?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, let's see what you played today.
Awesome. So I played Striker Orcust because it's the best deck.
Mhm.
No reason not to. So normal summons. I played 6. Obviously, like the normal ratios like these. I wanted to play the third math because I wanted to try and play as many games as possible. Like even that if that meant seeing 2 normal summons. And I started out a lot going second, but I think it was okay.
What do you think about Scrap Recycler over Math?
It can get Shark Cannon in the mirror, which I don't like. It's more versatile, but it's also really small. And like this is a threat if they hand trap it because they give you a card if they clear it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was happy that this was the one I played.
Awesome.
Orcust, 3 Harp, 2 Nightmare, 2 Scale, 1/1 Gizmek. There's not really much to say. I didn't play 3 of this because I think it's bricky and I didn't want to play 3 Return.
You think this is the right ratio?
If you play more cards, you can play the 3rd Return and the 3rd Nightmare, but I played 46, so like, yeah. And then hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Phantasme, and 2 Nibiru.
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing 2 of this initially, and I wanted to play 3 because it's really, really good in the mirror, going first or second, even as your 6th card, because they have the IP. Yeah, this card was fantastic, and it like draws you into the rest of your deck, which is what you need to play.
That's why it's called a fantastical beast.
Because I played 4 Salad and 3 Orcust, and like this card's like great in all those matchups, so I really got to play this. Same with Nibiru.
2 was correct?
Yeah, I think so. I probably should have sided the 3rd for Salad, but I was really, really glad that I made this. Like there was so many times where this just won me the game for no reason.
Yeah, I agree that I should have also mained it in my own deck.
It was very, very good. And then Ash, it was either this or Impermanence. The thing with Imperm is you're usually doing it on your turn on things like IP, Dweller, Appaloosa, but your deck kind of already does that with the Striker cards. So this covers things that the deck doesn't already stop. Yeah, so it covers your weak spots.
Yeah, I think also in a YCS because it's a lot of players and there'll be a lot of different decks. I think Ash was the most versatile one as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Then spells, 3 Engage, best card in the deck, probably should be banned. 2 Shark, Widow, Drones, and Burner. So I played the 2nd Shark and the Burner because I wanted lots of targets for Engage so I could resolve it as much as possible. Because there was a few games where I resolved it like 3 or 4 times, like in one turn. In the mirror, this is insane because it lets you can steal their Kagari, add this back, and then you just have like infinite resource going. It lets you get ahead of them. It's good interruption. Going second, it's good because it clears the ding. Yeah, like I started out going second against Salad, but other than that, it was really, really good. And then this in the main for like just all rogue decks, like this can clear floodgates where Jamming Wave can't if they're already face up. Clears Appaloosa, so I was glad I played that as well.
Would you try Jamming Wave?
No. So I think for the back row decks, this card's just better. Even if you have to pop your own monster, because it can clear like Mystic Mine, it can clear. There can be only one where Jamming Wave doesn't really do that.
Right.
3 Allure. This is probably like the most awkward card in the deck. It lets you bridge between the Orcust cards and the Striker cards really well because it puts a spell engrave for Engage, lets you draw into more cards, and obviously the Orcusts are dark, so. But it gets sided out in the mirror pretty much all the time.
Yeah, I feel like it is the weakest draw spell in the whole deck.
Yeah, it's just like a blank card.
Yeah.
This was the last card I added because it was 41 and I added an extra math and extra Phantasme and then these. it was really good. It wasn't on hand traps a lot because you can usually just play through them. It's important to have for Lancia, which is the main thing I wanted it for. And then just engine cards. Like in the mirror, if you know what effects you want to use on your turn, then it actually doesn't stop you that much. Like if you don't have a ding for a turn, if you don't have a heart for a turn, you should be fine. Overall it was really, really good. I'm glad I played it. And then 2 Cosmic. Back row decks are really hard, so like this gives you a slight edge game 1, but if you lose game 1, it doesn't really matter because you just side heavily for it. So the main thing is going second against the mirror. This clears Babel permanently. Like I don't think there's a way that anyone's playing to get it back. Like no one's playing Necroface or whatever. This was okay. I didn't see it very much, yeah. And then 1-ofs, Reborn, Foolish, Upstart. You play Engage, so you play Upstart, Foolish, and Reborn. It's kind of awkward going first because like it doesn't extend your combos through hand traps because you need more bodies in grave. But going second, it's ridiculous. It lets you just play through an extra thing for no reason. Like you just Reborn their Armor Knight or something, and you get to do an extra action. Or like Reborn Ding, or their Kagari, like it was really, really good. And then the Orcust cards for Galatea, 2 return, Babel, and Crescendo.
Cool.
So extra effects, Kagari and Shizuku. So this is like one of the only flex spots in the extra deck that you don't have to play, but I think I summoned it 5 or 6 times. Like in those hands where you don't brick, but you can't really do much on your turn, and you just set up for next turn. Like there was a few games where I normaled math, got negated. Drones into Kagari, add back engage, normal summon math, negated, sure, make Shizuku, add a second engage, pass, and then win on the next turn because they didn't kill me. So the card's amazing. I think all of the Striker Rockers actually be playing it. Phoenix Unicorn. Nothing to say about those. 3 Gal, Long, and 2 Ding. Again, really standard. There's no reason to change this. You could play 2 Gal, but I
don't think that's correct, to be honest.
It does come up.
You will lose your grind game, I think.
Yeah, I'd rather have it. IP, Trisbana, Bomber. These are fairly standard as well. Obviously, IP is really, really good. And Sword. And then the last card, I ended up playing Barricade Blocker. So it was either this or Zeraboros. I talked with my coach on Duelist Academy, and he said this will let you play 1 or 2 games that you probably wouldn't have been able to play, whereas Zeraboros will just give you a free win that you shouldn't have had about 3 or 4 games, like throughout the course of the tournament. But I chickened out and I wanted to play the safer bet. I never actually summoned this.
Do you think that you would have played Zeraboros?
It probably should have been Zeraboros, but that's okay. And then side deck. So for the mirror, 2 Lancia and 3 Lullaby of Obedience. So this was Ryan Slott's idea. It took me a while to get on board, but I think it's really, really strong. So usually you call Armor Knight or Lancia, but you can also, like if you've already resolved Orcust effects, you can call a hand trap and they have to give it to your hand because you're locked into darks. The Lancia you take with this can't be called by it because it goes to their graveyard. Like it can just give you a free extender. Like you can call a harp if you don't have an Orcust and you need to start playing. Like this card was ridiculous. Every time I activated it, it resolved, and it let me push forward to win the game. I only 2 Lancia because I only want to side 5 cards for the mirror. For back row decks, 3 Reboot, 2 Twin. Not really much to say about it. 5 again because you only want to draw one of these. And then for Draco, Striker, and Pendulum, 3 Droll and 2 Ogre. They have some overlap with other decks. Like there was a lot of people playing Desires, Into the Void builds of Striker Orcust without hand traps. So I didn't know about it before the event, but this would have been really good if I played against any. Like this, it just shuts down the turn. Decks that play heaps of draw spells, they can't really do much. So this was good in theory, but it didn't come up. This was like the 2 spots left over, and I was like, maybe this will be okay. No, this was definitely the worst card of my side deck. It should have been Radiant or DD Crow for Salamangreat, because I really didn't have much in the side for that. But I only lost to 1 solid player, so like, I don't know. Would have made my life easier if it was a better card though.
Awesome. So, any shoutouts?
Absolutely. So, first of all, shout outs to Steven Singh for taking shifts for me, like just letting me play the game and play test, because without testing as much as I did, there's no way I would have been able to top. Shout outs to Bowden, Sala, all the guys at Duelist Academy for running their Patreon, because that has been very, very helpful as well. Shout outs to Chong, of course, and all the boys who came down to Sydney for YCS. Yeah, I think that's it.
Awesome, and we are really proud that you've done your best. And till next time, guys. See ya.